Good afternoon, Red Raider fans, and welcome back to the campus of Northwestern College in Orange City, Iowa, here at DeValois Stadium with Corver Field. This is Dean Callsbeek, joined by Brian Weedy to give you the play-by-play and color broadcast here this afternoon of this GPAC matchup between the Northwestern Red Raiders and the defenders of the Dordt University. Raiders will play for the first time here in front of the home crowd at Corver Field at DeValois Stadium since the homecoming weekend back on September 18. The Dordt University defenders will make the short trip for this battle across Sioux County. The kickoff is slated for a 1 p.m. start. Northwestern enters this contest with a perfect 8-0 record and a 7-0 mark in the GPAC. Northwestern has never lost to the defenders in their 13 all-time meetings, dating back to when Dordt started a football program back in 2008. The largest margin of victory in the series came in 2016 when the Raiders downed Dordt 64-16. But last year was awfully close here in Sioux County as the Dordt ultimately prevailed 48-40. Dyson Koima carried the offense with 290 passing yards and 5 touchdown passes while throwing no interceptions. Michael Story and Cade Mosier led the team in receiving yards with 93 and 84 respectively. Both Mosier and Shane Solberg hauled in 2 touchdown passes each in the victory. Defensively, it was Parker Fryer who recorded 13 solo tackles on the day to lead the game in tackles with a total of 16. The defenders did outgain the Raiders in total yards, totaling nearly 600 yards of offense with 592, while Northwestern had 446 yards. The defenders come to Corver Field this afternoon with a 5-2 record, all in the GPAC, as head coach Joel Penner is in his 6th season at the helm there for the defenders. They enter this week, as I said, 5-2. Their only losses coming to Midland on opening week on September 4, and last week in a heartbreaker against number 3 ranked Morningside. Twice this season, Dordt has put up 60-plus points over Hastings and Mount Marty for an offense that is averaging 39.3 points per game and 501.4 yards of offense. The defender defense is holding opponents to under 20 points per contest at 16.7 and has held the opposing offenses to just over 200 yards of passing per game. Dordt is coming off a heartbreaking last-minute loss to third-ranked Morningside a week ago, falling 34-28, throwing an interception in the end zone that would have tied the game with under a minute left. Head coach Penner, Joel Penner, is in his 6th season leading the Dordt Defender football program, taking over the program in 2016. In his 5 seasons, he has led Dordt to three seasons with at least 5 wins, 2016, 17, and 18. The program has been on the rise since, including a program-best 8 wins in 2020. Penner spent 3 seasons on the sidelines of the Red Raider football program, and from 2009 to 2011 coaching the offense. Penner is no stranger to the NAI, as he has had stops at his alma mater, Trinity International University, as a 2001 grad, and Northwestern College, and, of course, now at Dordt. He has also had stops at NCAA member institutions of Malone, Greenville, and Pacific Lutheran in Washington. By the numbers here, Northwestern's the defender offense averages 39.3 points per game, 501 total yards, 285 of those on the ground, and 216 in the air. Defensively, they hold their opponents to 16.7 points, 339 total yards, 137 of those on the ground, and 202 in the air. Meanwhile, Northwestern, coming in today with a perfect 8-0 record, 7-0 in the GPAC, has averaged 48 points per game and 473.4 yards, 155 of those on the ground and 318.4 in the air. Defensively, they've held their opponents to 10.25 points per game, 197 yards, and 58.4 rushing yards and 139 yards in the air. So it should be a good contest between these two Sioux County rivalry foes. The Northwestern Red Raiders playing host to the defenders of Dordt University. We'll take a quick break here, come back with the starters, and Coach Weedy and I will probably try to proselytize here a little bit as to what might be happening here in the next couple of hours of this contest. So thanks for riding along. We'll be back in a little bit. You're listening to Red Raider Sports on the web. Welcome back here to DeValois Stadium in Corver Field. Let's go over the starters for this afternoon, starting first with the Dordt defenders. Starting on offense for the defenders at quarterback is number 16, Cade McDaniels, a 5'11", 180-pound freshman. At running back is number 22, Anthony Trojan, a 5'9", 195-pound junior. At tight end is number 87, Hayden Large, a 6'4", 235-pound sophomore. Across the offensive line, at left tackle, number 70, Alex Heisman, a 6'6", 270-pound junior. At left guard, number 78, Walter Black, a 6'3", 300-pound junior. At center is number 65, Mitch Van Regenmorter, a 6', 280-pound junior. At right guard, number 79 is Carter Baldwin, a 6'5", 310-pound junior. And at right tackle, number 72, Parker Beck, a 6'3", 295-pound sophomore. Wide receivers include number 27, Eli Bolden, a 6'2", 190-pound junior, and number 5, Levi Jungling, a 5'11", 190-pound senior, and Carson Brown, number 84, a 5'11", 170-pound junior. Defensively for the defenders, at the defensive end spot is number 55, Colton Vanderberg, a 6'2", 240-pound junior. At defensive line spot, number 76, Jessup Leakey, a 6', 265-pound junior. Other defensive line spot filled by number 95, Sam Andrews, a 6', 270-pound junior. Defensive end spot on the other side is number 13, Drew Daum, a 6', 220-pound sophomore. Linebackers include number 23, Brayton Van Kickerix, a 5'11", 205-pound junior. Number 30, Tanner Milliken, a 6'1", 230-pound sophomore. Number 44, Ian McDonald, a 6'2", 210-pound freshman. And then cornerbacks are number 15, Nathan Kabongo, a 6'1", 185-pound senior, and number 11, Mino Jones, a 5'9", 160-pound senior. Safeties include number 12, Abe Stows, a 6', 185-pound sophomore, and number 4, Jalen Placide, a 5'9", 165-pound senior. Punting for the defenders will be number 11, Blade Coons, and the returning kicks will be Levi Jungling, Abe Stodes, and kicking will be number 36, Brent Zachman. And now for your Red Raiders, starting on offense is at quarterback is number 5, Tyson Koima, 6', 188-pound senior, and NEI Player of the Year for the last year. And the running back spot is number 3, Connor McQuillan, a 6', 202-pound redshirt freshman. At tight end is number 35, Blake Anderson, a 6', 220-pound sophomore. Offensive line at left tackle is number 74, Greg Will, a 6'4", 285-pound sophomore. At left guard is number 54, Jawan Grant, a 5'11", 300-pound sophomore. At center is number 69, Jack Johnson, a 6'1", 283-pound sophomore. At right guard is number 78, Blake Sevier, a 6'2", 328-pound junior. And at right tackle is number 58, Travis Grover, a 6'6", 318-pound sophomore. Wide receiver spots include number 83, Cannon Flores, a 6'1", 180-pound senior. Number 4, Michael Story, a 6'4", 180-pound sophomore. Number 1, Cade Mosier, a 6'5", 185-pound junior. And we'll probably also see the likes of Tanner Scouten, a 6'3", 185-pound freshman. Lorenzo Jones, number 9, a 6'1", 172-pound redshirt freshman. Defensively for the Red Raiders, in the defensive end spot is number 11, Brett Mosier, a 6'3", 238-pound senior. Defensive line on the other side of the defensive line is Jessen Ranking, number 30, a 6'3", 232-pound sophomore. Other defensive line spots are filled by number 94, Tyler Jones, a 6'4", 299-pound junior, and number 93, Peyton Newsma, a 6'3", 288-pound sophomore. Linebackers include number 51, Tanner Olson, a 6'1", 216-pound junior. Number 38, Ben Kingery, a 5'11", 229-pound redshirt freshman. And number 43, Parker Fryer, a 6'3", 217 redshirt freshman. Cornerbacks include number 21, Liam Stubby, a 5'11", 182-pound senior, and number 12, Jalen Gramstad, a 6', 193-pound redshirt freshman. Strong safety is number 6, Jaden Snyder, a 6'2", 205-pound junior, and he will also be punting for the Red Raiders. And the free safety is number 5, Noah Van Hoff, a 6'2", 200-pound junior. Just over 10.5 minutes here before kickoff as we wait for the defenders and Red Raiders to come out of their respective locker rooms. The Red Raiders waiting just outside the track, and the Northwestern band getting ready to play the Red Raider fight song here shortly. As we're looking at previous stats here of the game, Tyson Koima going to be starting in the backfield this afternoon for the Red Raiders. Has not yet started a game since the national championship game down in Louisiana last spring, but has gotten a couple of snaps in the last couple of weeks, but will be starting at the quarterback spot today for the Red Raiders. Connor McQuillan was out last week with an injury, but is back in the backfield again today. And here come the Red Raiders. Good-looking red jerseys this afternoon on top of the white pants. Looking pretty sharp here for the Northwestern Red. Head coach Matt McCarty in his 8th season at head coach for the Red Raiders. Accompanied by offensive coordinator Josh Davis and defensive coordinator Billy
Ray Kirch.
Billy Ray Kirch. Thanks. Billy Ray is all I know him by. Billy Ray Kirch, yeah. And so, coming into today, 8-0, 7-0 in the GPAC. And really from besides Midland University, Northwestern there kind of dodged a bullet, so to speak, and Dordt was not as fortunate in week 1 against Midland and came away with a loss. But Midland has challenged a lot of teams this season and put up some big points, but Northwestern able to come away successfully from them. And now finally in the latter half of this season, I think is where Northwestern Red Raiders will see their challenge. No exception today as Dordt is hungry for their first win against the Red Raiders. 0-13 so far in their history. And so today we kind of got asked the question here, what has Northwestern got to do to come away with a victory and become 9-0, 8-0 in the GPAC after this afternoon, knowing that the Dordt defenders run a very high-power, fast-paced offense with a triple sprint option out of the backfield and now have the capacity to throw the ball from time to time against a Northwestern defense that likes to scrape and make some big hits and does a good job only allowing 58.4 yards on the ground against a high-powered triple option offense. Could be a good contest there for both teams, seeing what they can do. 7.5 minutes before kickoff, and both teams making their way out here. We'll take a quick break and wait for the national anthem to be played and the coin toss here at midfield. You're listening to Red Raider Sports on the web. Welcome back here to the campus of Northwestern College and DeValois Stadium overlooking Corver Field as we wait this GPAC contest between unbeaten Red Raiders of Northwestern College and the 5-2 defenders from Dordt University. Just under 4 minutes before kickoff here as we wait the coin toss at midfield. An exciting weekend here on our campus, as it always is, but it's family weekend, so a number of parents and siblings here to enjoy what it is that their older siblings perhaps are experiencing here on the day-by-day and every other weekend, but a lot of visitors on campus as well. On the sidelines today, well over 20 football recruits, as well as a number of recruits for our athletic band, getting to experience a little bit what Raider Magic's all about here at the Northwestern's campus. Mosier, Van Hoff, Koima, and Flores out there as captains for the Red Raiders. We wait the coin toss here briefly to see who will be receiving and kicking off. And we think about kind of how teams match up, Brian. That's usually, when you think about what to anticipate, and with any sport, is how do we match up? What do they do that we can defend? What do we do that they can't defend? Well, those kinds of questions get asked. And so today we see two high-powered offenses and two pretty stiff defenses. What do we expect to see?
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing is Koima. Obviously, that's the story of the game, and him not having a start yet kind of puts that at the forefront. And I'm really anxious to see how the turnover game goes. You know, when you have two defenses that are pretty talented, anytime you can give an offense a short field and get a takeaway for your defense, it makes things a little bit easier for the offense. And with Koima, he's a wild card. You know, we've seen things from him that he's been outstanding, and we've seen him be a little bit reckless at times. So what's that going to look like in his first start? Because he can be dynamic and be the NAIA Player of the Year, or he can have a tough game like we saw a couple years ago in the playoffs against Dickinson State. But I think we've been pretty accustomed to him being pretty amazing, and he's been doing that against Dordt in his career.
Yeah, we think about the offensive tools that he has to work with here. It's, without I hate to fail to mention some of his prime targets there, particularly Cade Mosier, Michael Story, even Cannon Flores here has kind of emerged this season as a primary target on the deep routes and even on whatever it is that the defense wants to give to the offense. Blake Fryer has been had no problem finding those targets and been able to put up some big offensive numbers. And I imagine that if Dordt wants to go man-to-man against any of those receivers, Josh Davis is fine with that, and we're going to probably try to throw the rock over the top.
Yep, I think that's exactly right, and we've been seeing that from our passing offense all year, that if we have man-to-man coverage, our guys are typically running for a lot of yards.
And then the Dordt offense being high-powered with this really fast-paced triple option, kind of speed read to the pass. It has been a fit for a lot of different defenses this season. And what do we kind of anticipate to see here from the Northwestern D?
Yeah, you know, they have to stay with their assignments, and Dort's going to do a really good job of deception and trying to, you know, make you think the ball's going one way and have options to move it the other way. And I'm really just excited to see assignment football from the defense. That's what's going to need to happen if we're going to find a way to stop them on offense.
Well, all the anticipation is over here because here comes the kickoff. Long kick out here to Scout and into the end zone, and he's going to take a knee for the touchback, and the Red Raiders will start on their own 25-yard line. On their first offensive possession after the coin toss, looks as if Dordt deferred. And so Northwestern chose to take the north end zone here to start the first half.
Yeah, wind coming a little bit from the south. So I'm not sure how much that'll play into it. The American flag's blowing pretty good. The flags at the top of the goalposts really aren't blowing too heavily, though. So
it appears to be a little bit more of a west to east wind here, so it's maybe a little bit more of the crossfield than it is in the face of the offense here to start. Koima back in the shotgun with trips to receivers to his right side. And he'll give it to McQuillan. He finds a gap, and he'll lower the shoulder and take it ahead for 16 yards past the 40-yard line. And for a big first down there to get a big push for the first offensive play of the series.
Yeah, big hole there to start, and pretty easy run for 16. Didn't really have to do much.
No, just to kind of read the hole and hung on the backside of the tackle as he made the seal. Just kind of pushed off the edge and exploded for the rest of the run. 1st and 10 now at the 40. Koima again back in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the right side. Play action give to McQuillan. Same gap is there, and he's going to take it again for a first down. Just past midfield this time. On the tackle for the defenders was number 30. That's Tanner Milliken with the stop for the defenders. So it brings up 1st and 10. 2 first downs on 2 plays for the Red Raiders.
Yep, right behind the tackle on the right side. Just getting right after it in big lanes both times.
So probably Dordt expecting that Northwestern is going to want to try to go throw the rock like we said, and maybe gave up a little bit on the running game here for the first 2 plays. Now Northwestern sets up with a stacked tight end, a wing to the left side. Here's another give to McQuillan out to the left side as he reaches for the edge. Can't hold the block, and he will get his way back to the line of scrimmage and pushed out of bounds. Finally by number 4, Jason Placide for the defenders, and no gain on the play, right back to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, tried to get a seal over there on the left side by the wide receiver, just couldn't do it. Great job by Placide to really just keep stringing him out, and then eventually out of bounds.
So 2nd and 10 now at the 50. Mosier split out to the left side by himself. Story Flores out to the right side. Now McQuillan will go in motion. Looks to pass, and now Koima will take it himself, finds the gap over the left tackle. Reed makes an 8-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 42-yard line.
I like that, getting him involved in the running game early. Let him get hit a few times, get into the flow of the game.
Really similar play to what I think we'll see out of Dordt is a little bit of a play-action read there, making sure that the defense all reads to the receivers and the running all to the one side, and the quarterback then with a quick pause and then going the other way himself. It's kind of what I'm anticipating to see from Dordt when they get the ball here, but it's 3rd and 2 now for the Red Raiders at the 42-yard line. Twin receivers and a stack on the right side for Koima. Looks to pass, and again, he'll take it himself, gets the first down, cuts back inside, and he will slide just shy of the 35-yard line for a Northwestern first down.
Yeah, nice slide at the end in there just to avoid getting hit. Obviously, we got to keep this guy on the field. So we were obviously right about the passing game so far.
Good scouting on our part. Story Mosier split out to the right side. 2 running backs in the backfield. Here's the give to, number 2 for Northwestern, Logan Meyer. He'll take it ahead for 6 yards up to the 30-yard line. 31, just giving him 5. So brings up 2nd and 5 for the Red Raiders. And Logan Meyer had a big week last week. 4 touchdowns, I think, for the Red Raiders up at Dakota Wesleyan. Tight end left, 2 receivers to the right side. Koima turns around and gives the ball to McQuillan. He's got a gap again outside the right tackle. Great seal, but tripped up inside the 30. He'll roll down to the 21 or 20-yard line. But good enough for another Red Raider first down. And had he not gotten that trip up, I'm thinking that would have gone big. And McQuillan would have had a possibility to break some ankles to make a score there. But they caught his ankle, and that will bring up first down at the 21. Koima McQuillan split out to the right side. Flores Story out to the left. Now McQuillan in motion. Here's the sprint sweep over to the left side with the seal. He finds the gap, cuts it back at the 15. Get a 6-yard gain and good coverage over the top by the secondary to avoid the first down, but a good pickup there by McQuillan.
At this point, has it become a pride thing? Like we've ran the ball every play down this far, and now we're just going to see if we can run it all the way in? Like, does that get in your head if you're Coach Davis?
I imagine so, but it also gets in the gets in the skull of the defensive coordinators here for Dordt as well, as to if they're beating us on the run, we got to make some kind of adjustment. And what weakness does that expose? What pass play is this setting up? Twin receivers right now, gives it to Meyer. He cuts up inside as the defenders had the outside seal. And he will get 6 yards up to the 15-yard line. 10-yard line.
First down.
And it'll be 1st and goal after the first down.
So now it's going to be tougher to run the ball.
Maybe. Yeah, brings up that third level up a little bit, and they're able to kind of commit maybe a little bit more to the run game. A little harder to run off the secondary, isn't it?
Yep.
So here we go. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Spread way wide is Flores and Mosier. Here's the give to McQuillan, and defenders say not doing it as they are able to make the stop and no gain on the play. On the stop for the defenders is number 13, Drew Daum, the linebacker. As we approach the 9-minute mark here, no score yet. But Koima will send out Flores and Story out to the right side, Mosier out to the left. And here's the read, and Koima is going to have to try to get out of bounds, and a 5-yard loss. As the pump fake to the right side did not fake anybody out for the defenders, and they ran him out of bounds for a 4-yard loss, it looks like. They'll spot him at the 14-yard line. It brings up 3rd and 14 yards to go.
Well, we might see a pass here. It'd be surprising if they didn't anyway.
So a real tight formation over to the left side for Koima. McQuillan's wide open in the end zone, and he will get it over the shoulder for a Red Raider touchdown.
To the running back.
I'm going to start calling you Tony Romo here.
To the running back, though.
McQuillan coming out of that triple stack on the left side on a swing route into the end zone, and Koima looks right, pump fakes, throws it left, and finds McQuillan in the end zone for the Red Raiders score. 6-0 with 8:14 left to go in the first quarter. We'll see if we can put one more up here with the extra point. Eli Stater puts his foot on the ball, and that'll be good. So Northwestern take the early 7-0 lead here in this GPAC contest. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Red Raider Football on the web. Welcome back here. Northwestern able to capitalize on their first possession into the wind and chewing off almost half of the quarter. And if you want to think about that from a strategic standpoint, Dordt here with the wind at their back, and Northwestern just took out half of that time here on their first possession with the ball on the ground, all but for one play of that entire series. 7-0 the score, 8:14 left to go in the first quarter. This broadcast is sponsored in part by Orange City Health Systems, Premier Communications, the Van Engelen-Hoven Insurance Agency, Kopetsky Ace Hardware, Diamond Vogel Paint, Iowa State Bank, Pepsi of Siouxland, Pizza Ranch, and Northwestern Bank. We want to thank them for being the team behind the team. Here's the kickoff. It goes out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So a 10-yard penalty there from the touchback. It'll be put at the 35-yard line. And we'll see what Coach Penner and his offense can put together here against a pretty stout Red Raider D. Again, Northwestern just allowing 58.4 yards on the ground, 139 yards in the air so far this season. Twin receivers to the left side, and here's the give right up the middle. No, it's an option keeper for the quarterback. He'll take it around the edge for a 10-yard gain right to the 45-yard line. As predicted, a lot of misdirection there on the option, and a gaping wide hole off the left edge for the quarterback, Cade McDaniel. I take that back. It is not Cade McDaniel in at the starting spot.
Tyler Reynolds.
Tyler Reynolds in at the quarterback. He drops back to pass. He's got across the middle, and it is picked off by Gramstad. And on the return, he's got room on the right side, evading tackles left and right, and the intended receiver is finally going to be able to wrap him up, and they will whistle it dead right at midfield.
Nice.
So Gramstad, I believe I got that right, with the pick.
Yep. Number 12, Jalen Gramstad.
Jalen Gramstad, a freshman from West Lyon, Leicester, Iowa, with the pick. And the return back to the 48-yard line.
Well, that's kind of what the doctor ordered. I mean, if we're taking orders.
If we're taking orders, that's what we want it to look like. 7:32 left to go here in the first quarter. Twin receivers right. Mosier split out far left. McQuillan in the backfield. Here's the snap given to McQuillan. He's going to get a gap inside the tackle. And he will be rolled to a stop at the 44-yard line.
Solid 4-yard gain there on the run play. Gives you a nice playbook here. Lots of options in second down.
I want to say that was number 33, Julius Buchanan, in on that stop for the defenders. Brings up 2nd and 6 now at the 44-yard line of the defenders. Trips to the left side for Koima. Give to McQuillan. Not much room there to go. In fact, he will get maybe a half-yard gained on the play. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5 now for the Red Raiders at the defender 43-yard line. Good job there by the defender frontman. Really closing up the gaps and giving the linebackers the opportunity to make the tackle there. 3rd and 5 at the 43. Trips to the left side for Koima. And Koima looking for room. Little play action keeper. Pass backwards to Anderson on the underneath. The tight end, Blake Anderson.
Did he sell that or what? I thought he was really going to run.
Well, that's been the play here is quarterback pause and then run, and Anderson came out from underneath from the right side and just right on the numbers, on the fingertips, in stride to get the first down pass completion to the 34-yard line. Yeah, great sell there by Koima.
That was pretty nice.
Offset backfield, tight end Mosier to the right side. Koima turns around, looks to pass, and out in the flat, he's got number 40, Dominic Sievert, there with the reception for about a 4-yard gain.
I think he wanted to get it to Story, but just didn't feel comfortable about something that he saw. So took the easy throw, pick up 4 yards.
And Sievert came out of that backfield in kind of the offset fullback position. We got Meyer Mosier out to the right side. Trips to the left side. Koima now with a quick pass out to Mosier. Avoids one tackle, and he'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good enough for an 8-yard gain and a first down for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, we haven't really been able to see Koima much because they've been on the road.
Right.
Unless we're locked in, watching all the road games, which I didn't do a great job of because the scores when he was getting in there were we're over. But it kind of feels like Davis is kind of leaving the training wheels on a little bit right now. Pretty simple offense. Be interesting to see if that keeps going.
Play action here. Koima looking to pass, goes deep to the end zone. He's got Anderson at the goal line, and he brings it down for a Red Raider touchdown.
Gee whiz. What a throw.
Right on the dime. And Red Raiders now with 13 points on the board after a beautiful pass there from Koima to Anderson. Coming out of the trips, he was split out wide to the left side and came across on the post to make the catch. Stater now with the extra point attempt. And the extra point is up and good. Ooh. So the Red Raiders now 14-0 lead with 4:24 left to go in the first quarter. And we'll be right back with some more Red Raider football.
To join today or pick up a form from the ticket table. Raider Athletics Association.
Welcome back here to the campus of Northwestern College. Northwestern Red Raiders leading 14-0 over the Dordt University Defenders after over half of a quarter of play. 4:24 left to go here in the first quarter. Koima there finishing off their second drive after a Jalen Gramstad interception to give the short field for the Red Raiders and a 14-0 lead. Raider fans, you can help support Red Raider Athletics by joining the Raider Athletics Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 530 student athletes. Go to nwciowa.edu/joinRAA to join today. Or stop by the athletics office and pick up a form. Eli Stadium now getting ready to kick off. Last one went out of bounds, and it looks like the wind is going to take this one as well, but it's going to be received at about the 12-yard line with a fair catch by the defenders. I think that one might have rolled out of bounds had he let it drop.
Close, yeah.
Which just kind of confirms for me that wind is definitely blowing right to left here for the Raiders, away from us.
Yeah, like a northeast wind. More east than north, maybe.
Right. Here's the snap in the backfield. Here's the option out to the right side, and a pitch out to the running back is fumbled.
Was it forward? That was really close to being forward, but looks like they're just going to call it a backwards pitch and a 4-yard gain. The ball comes out of bounds.
I wasn't sure he actually ever possessed the pitch.
No, he didn't. He never did.
So it went out of bounds. Oh, gotcha then. So
yeah.
they're calling that a fumble out of bounds, and that's where it's being spotted then. 2nd and 6 now. Here's the give up the middle, and gets away from the tacklers, and it is a big run here for the defenders past midfield. Finally tackled from the backside by Northwestern's Gavin Lorenzen, making the stop at the 36-yard line. And on the run there for Dordt was, I think, number 28, Nick Wellen.
Yeah, Gavin is the only guy.
Coming from the cornerback spot on the opposite side, but just enough room there in the middle for him to get through and get past the second level. Here's another give up the middle. This time, no room. They'll give him 1 yard up to the 35, making it 2nd and 9 now for the defenders.
Yeah, Dordt does such a good job of making this option offense be their identity, and if you don't play assignment football and you kind of follow where you think the ball's going to go, it opens up holes and makes it really tough as a defense.
Snap now, run out to the left side, looking for room, and he's going to have to keep it there. Fryer right there to make the tackle along the sides of Olsen. And they'll give him progress back to the line of scrimmage. So that brings up 3rd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a great play by the defense to string them out, and both guys were covered. The pitch guy had nowhere to go, and the pitch receiver had somebody right on him.
Well, Reynolds now back in the shotgun, twin receivers to the right side. And he's going to take it out on the option to the right side. The chop block was successful as Reynolds takes it forward. A tackle short of the first down, but for about an 8-yard gain to the 27, 28-yard line. It'll make it 4th and 2 for the defenders, and this is probably 4th down territory here for the defenders. I'm looking for Jungling here. He is, I believe, stacked up just behind the – nope, that's large.
He's in the slot over here.
Yeah, slot on the left side. Here's the give up the middle. Nope, quarterback keeper, and a pass completed at the 15-yard line.
To Jungling.
And Gramstad there on the coverage. But Jungling had no room after the catch and went right out of bounds. But that's good enough for a defender first down.
Yeah, inside the red zone.
Up to the 13-yard line. Jungling now in motion. Reynolds gives it up the middle, and he will weave his way ahead, and it'll be short of the goal line. Had the knee down before he hit the goal line, but great run there.
Man, I was watching Tanner Olson. He really hit the quarterback hard there. And then all of a sudden they're at the 1-yard line.
Well, here's a red zone push here from the defenders. They'll go straight ahead, but there's nothing doing there, and Gramstad pulls them back. And no gain on that play as the give to Nick Wellen.
Yeah, Parker Fryer just met him shoulders to shoulders. Stuffed him right at the line.
So bring 2nd and goal now at the 1. 37 seconds here to go here in the first quarter. Reynolds in the shotgun. Rolls out left side, and this time he'll dive ahead for a defender touchdown. Mosier had the depth there to make it, just missed the tackle.
Yep, tried to grab him with his arms, and Reynolds, a smaller guy, just kind of snaked right through and dove over top of the end zone line.
So with half a minute left to go here, defenders get 6 points on the board. And point after here for the defenders is Zachman. Here's the snap, and the extra point is up, and plenty good.
Off the Dordt van.
And into the trees. So a little extra punch on the extra point, and defenders narrow the gap. 14-7 now after almost a whole quarter of play. We'll take a quick break and be right back with some more Red Raider football. Did you know that Northwestern teams have won 9 national championships and Raiders competed in nationals in 10 sports last year? Raiders stand out. And welcome back here to the campus of Northwestern College. Northwestern leading 14-7 after almost one quarter of play. Defenders this time taking it 75 yards to the house on 2 real big plays. Running play across midfield down to the 37, I believe it was. A pass play to Jungling down to the 15. And then one more run play down to the goal line. And on 3rd and goal, putting it in the end zone. Here's the high kick to Scouten again to the end zone, and he'll take a knee for the touchback. And so the Red Raider offense will come back out on the field here. 1st and 10 at the 25. And boy, they ate away from a lot of clock there on those two possessions with the number of run plays, particularly in the first offensive set, to really eat away at half the quarter.
Yep, a 15-minute quarter and 25 minutes in football is pretty decent.
So Koima will set up with McQuillan to his left side. Now a tight trips with Story, Mosier, and Flores out on the right side. Here's the keeper by Koima. And he'll just get 2 yards on the run.
I think probably going to let it run out.
Yep. And so a little break here as we end the first quarter, as that time runs out, and we'll take a quick timeout as well. We'll let everybody regroup, and we'll look forward for some more Red Raider offense here. The wind at their back in the second quarter. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to Corver Field at Develoy Stadium, and Northwestern leading 14-7 after one quarter of play. Tyson Koima in at the shotgun quarterback. Here's the give to McQuillan. Finds room around the right side. He'll lower the shoulder for a 10-yard gain up to the 37-yard line and a first down.
Yeah, they must have seen something that they liked on the running game side, because they're really exploiting some holes in the Dordt defense and through the ground.
Particularly on just outside the tackle. Travis Grover there making a great seal for McQuillan once again. In that first quarter, Northwestern with 9 first downs, 125 yards offense. Here's the pass completed right at the sideline to Zutenhorst. No, Blake Anderson there with the catch for a 9-yard gain at the 46-yard line, just shy of the first down and just outside of the reach of the Dordt defender.
Yep, it looked like it was going to be tipped. He went for it with both hands like he might have a shot to catch it, but just got past him right into Anderson.
Like I was saying there, in the first quarter, Northwestern with 19 plays for 125 yards, Dordt with 11 plays for 85 yards. Time of possession for Northwestern was 10:21 in the first quarter. Koima now on the keeper will take it himself for about 4-yard gain to the 50-yard line. And Dordt making sure that he's down.
Yeah, I think he got tripped up and just landed on him. I think there was any intent there to hit him late.
First and 10 nonetheless. And not quite to midfield at the 49-yard line. Twins to the left side. And Mosier out of the backfield will take the ball, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not taken down, but be whistled dead by number 55, Colton Vanderberg, with the stop for the defenders. They'll give him 1-yard gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 9 now at the 50-yard line. McQuillan back in for Meyer. Mosier McQuillan split out left side, trips to the right side. Koima alone in the backfield. Here's the snap. A lot of room up the middle. Take up the gap himself and will slide. And it looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down once again.
Yeah, what's tough about the slide is that it's where you start your slide. So, it looks like to the fans and to us up here that he slides well past where the spot is, but it's where he starts to slide that he's down.
So 2 yards shy of the first down brings up 3rd and 2 at the Dordt 43-yard line. Just under 12 minutes to go here in the first half. Tight formation. Play action. Koima by himself. Oh, he has Mosier wide open, but he'll jump it off to Story. Hit the B button, and Story with the first down.
I think that's a circle.
A circle?
Yeah, circle button.
If I played, I would know.
Yeah, he had 2 options there.
Yeah, Mosier had about a 4-yard step on whoever was defending him, but dumped it off to Story on the under route. And right on the catch, made a nice spin move to give himself another 4 or 5 yards. So 1st and 10 at the 24. And talk about breaking ankles there. I worry about breaking your own ankles with those kinds of spins. Twins to the right side here for Koima. Here's the give to McQuillan. Looking for a gap. A great job by the linebacker, number 23 for Dordt. Dove in there to stop McQuillan at the line of scrimmage. That's Brayton Van with a great stop and just a 1-yard gain. No gain here for McQuillan on the stop.
Yeah, they're really giving McQuillan a lot of carries right now. Up over 10 already, 20 minutes into the game.
Story, Flores, Anderson out to the left side. Mosier all alone on the right side, man-to-man across the top. Koima looking for room. Got nothing, but he's got taken himself to the sideline, and he will tiptoe out of bounds at the 12.
Noise. Not quite moving like we're used to, but still moving pretty good.
Well, a great read for him. I mean, the field was a little bit shorter, and they did a little better job there of covering some of those wide receivers on the deep routes. And, good job by the defender secondary to force Koima to make that decision. And with a wide open outside the hash there, Koima in a foot race is going to beat most individuals. So a good decision by him to get the first down. 1st and 10 at the 12. Trips to the right side for Koima. Give to McQuillan. He will quickly run ahead to the 9-yard line and a 3-yard pickup.
Ball inside the 10-yard line, down to the 9. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Raiders. Number 7, Jake Nicholson, and number 46, Logan Fanning, combined on the stop for Dordt. 2nd and 7 Raiders.
McQuillan so far with almost 60 yards this afternoon. He'll now go in motion. Koima looks to pass to the right side, looks at the gap at the middle. Huge gap, and he will be tackled over end. Ball comes loose, but Cade Mosier's right there to come up with it.
He took a shoulder pad directly to his hip, and it spun him around, and he dropped the ball. Holy smokes, that did not look comfortable.
Good reaction there by Cade Mosier to jump on the loose ball. Northwestern will retain possession. Not quite enough yardage there for the first down. Again, another good read there by Tyson Koima to make a 9-yard gain. About a 5-yard gain after McQuillan's run. Really stacked heavy to the right side, but now we're just going to let a zone read by McQuillan. And he will dive ahead and put another 6 on the board for the Red Raiders. Really forced the Dordt defense to stack heavy along with the offense, and now just a great read and a great pull by the offensive line to make room for McQuillan and dive ahead across the end zone. 8:37 left to go here in the second quarter. Northwestern takes a 20-7 lead as we await the extra point attempt. Eli Stater with the ball, and it is good. So 21-7 here with 8:37 left to go in the first half. We'll take a quick break and be right back with some more Red Raider football. Welcome back. Northwestern with a 21-7 lead with 8:37 left to go in the first half. Did you know that 21 Northwestern athletes earned NAIA All-American honors the last 2 years? Raiders stand out. Eli Stater now with the kickoff. Back to return for the defenders include Levi Jungling, and that's where this ball is going to go to, right over the goal line for a touchback. And Dordt will start out at their own 25-yard line here on their third possession. Their first possession, just getting 2 plays, picked off by Jalen Gramstad, setting up Northwestern's second score. And Dordt's second possession, however, able to chip away with a couple of big plays and finally put 6 on the board. And now we'll see what they do here on their first offensive possession, moving south. Reynolds in at quarterback. Jungling split out to the wide left, top of your screen. Here's the option keeper. Quarterback Reynolds cuts back, and he will be tackled for a 3-yard gain. On the stop for Northwestern was number 43, Parker Fryer. I imagine he's starting to stack up a couple of tackles so far today. Sure enough, he's leading. 1 tackle for a loss. 3 total tackles, 2 assists. Reynolds now with the give up the middle and finds room to take it ahead up to the 33-yard line. Gramstad in there on the tackle. On the carry for Dordt was number 22, Anthony Trojan. Brings up 3rd and 2nd now for the defenders. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2nd. 3rd and 2.
Yep.
7:45 left to go here in the first half. Twin receivers right, single receiver left. Jungling in motion will go underneath. Reynolds looking to pass, goes deep over the top, and it'll be nearly picked off again as 2 Northwestern defenders run into each other. Gramstad and Stubby, both there with hands on the ball.
Yeah, I think they just – one of them was going to try to catch it and one was going to try to bat it down, and they kind of collided.
I think one deflected the pass from the other.
Yep.
Batted it right out of the hands out of Olsen, or out of Stubby, I think.
Yep.
Great coverage there by the Red Raiders, and it'll force the first punt of the day. Right? First punt of the day.
Yep.
Back to return for Northwestern is Ty Schaefer. This one will go off the foot left, bounce at the 40, and Schaefer will back out of the way. Good defender roll down to the 21-yard line. So good change of field position here on the punt for the defenders, and Northwestern with 79 yards to cover here to put another 7 points on the board.
Yeah, and if they do put another 7 points on the board, Dean, they're starting to separate, and that's kind of a big part of the game right now. It's a 2-score game. Getting it to that 3-score game really starts to put pressure on the other team. Like 2 scores, you just feel like you just got to play and get a stop somewhere, and then you can get right back in it. So this is a big drive for Northwestern, who hasn't been stopped yet.
Koima in at the shotgun, going to stack up on the left side with a tight end and a wing. McQuillan out of the backfield. No, that is McQuillan, and he will get off the first tackle and dive ahead for about 5 more. In on the stop there for the defenders was number 30, Tanner Milliken, again, the linebacker. And they'll just say he had a 3-yard gain up to the 24-yard line.
2nd and 7th.
And 7th. Yeah. You're going to let me forget that, are you? Trips with a wing out to the left side. Isolation with Cade Mosier to the right side. Koima looking to pass, flush out of the pocket. He's going to be sacked for a loss.
Man, that happened fast.
And on the sack there, appeared it was number 95 for Dordt. Sam Andrews, the nose tackle, I think, got through. Koima looking left. I think he was going to kind of pump fake and roll out to the right side, looking for that isolation with Cade Mosier. But there was no time for that as defenders collapsed quickly.
Yeah, that was real fast. They were on him immediately.
Forcing about a 7-yard loss there. Now 3rd and 14 to go for the first down. Koima again back to pass. This time he's got time in the pocket. And he's going to find his receiver at the 30. That's McQuillan in open space with the lead blocker and Michael Story, and he's going to be able to walk this in, I think, inside the 5, and McQuillan with a huge reception and touchdown for the Red Raiders.
Scan for yellow, no yellow.
At Koima there showing what Koima does as he stands in the pocket, threatens to run, then stays in the pocket, then he runs out and finds McQuillan on the run. And McQuillan had nothing but green space and a lead blocker, and great job there by Michael Story, just kind of getting in the way for McQuillan.
Yeah, just extending the play, and then finding a guy that's open.
Stater here with the extra point attempt is good. And so Northwestern, just as you were saying, widen the gap and make this a 3-score game early on. 5:44 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back with some more Red Raider football. $28-7 now is the score. Did you know that 149 Northwestern athletes were named NEI Scholar Athletes last year? Red Raiders stand out. I'd like to thank, again, our sponsors this afternoon. I failed to mention a couple of those a little bit ago. Thanks again to Northwestern Bank and Orange City Health System for being the team behind the team, and joining a number of other local sponsors. Here comes the kickoff from Stater. He's going to go right at Jungling again, and it'll go over his head and into the end zone for another touchback. Stater so far batting 1,000 on the extra points and the touchbacks. Oh, I shouldn't say that. He did kick it out of bounds there, didn't he? First and 10 now for the defenders. And Reynolds with the give. I think that's Josh Bush out of the backfield. Either that or Brody Jones. Yeah, Brody Jones with the carry, and Northwestern makes a stop. Just a 1-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 9 now. Reynolds rolls out left side on the option. Fakes the pitch, but Noah Van Hoff is right there to make the tackle and roll him out of bounds at the 30. That brings up 3rd and 5 now for the defenders. Twin receivers left and right, jungling on the top of your screen in the slot. In the backfield, Nick Wellens. Here's the snap to Reynolds, and he will give it up to Wellens, and he will dive ahead enough for the first down, about a 6-yard gain just past the 35. And that'll be a defender first down at the 36-yard line. 4:30 left to go here in the first half.
A lot of teams, when they get to third down, they get a little bit uncomfortable, but I think Dordt's pretty used to it with this offense that they run. They probably face third and short or third and medium distance quite a bit, and they've done a pretty good job converting on third down today.
Here's the give up the middle again. This one stopped dead in his tracks at the 35. Jones again with the carry, and I think Brett Mosier with the tackle and the stop right at the 36-yard line. So far, defenders have only attempted 3 pass plays and completed one of those to Levi Jungling in their scoring series. And here's the option now to the right side. Here's the pitch. Long pitch to Jones. And he gets free, but just shy of the first down as he's tackled at the 45. Jaden Snyder coming from the safety spot, got a hand on him and maybe slowed him down. But it brings up 3rd and 1 at the 45. Good coverage there on the backside coming from linebackers Tanner Olson and number 9, Kate Clayberg, I think, on that stop. 3rd and 1 now for the defenders. And again on the option keep, pitch out to the outside and given to Carter Skiebout. And he'll be pushed out of bounds by Gramstad. And they'll spot that at the 47. So 1st and 10 for the defenders. Reynolds gives it to Wellen in the backfield, and he's able to slide off of the one tackler and then being brought down. Fryer there on the stop for a 2-yard gain at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Fryer was getting blocked but found a way to grab his legs.
Just approaching that 2-minute mark here. Reynolds again to Wellen. No. Keeps it himself. He's going to go for the pass, and it is off the fingertips of the intended receiver. He was out of bounds, but good coverage there by Stubby as well. And that brings up 3rd and 8, which from a Red Raider perspective is a lot better than the 3rd and 1 that we've seen.
Absolutely.
A couple of other down series. 3rd and 8 at the 45. Skiebout deep in the backfield. Reynolds rolls out left side and finds a Jungling wide open on the flat, and he is tackled out of bounds by Cade Clayberg at the 32-yard line, and so it'll be another first down. So 2 completions now for the defenders, both to Levi Jungling.
Yeah, he did a good job of just finding some open space and sitting down where Reynolds could find him for the first down.
And Jungling by far the leading receiver here for Dordt by a long shot. Here's the keeper by Reynolds on the pitch, and he's rolled down inside the 15-yard line. Great read there by Reynolds, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, is this the first penalty of the game?
Besides the kick out of bounds, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is a penalty.
So holding penalty there on Hayden Large, the tight end. Probably trying to make that seal for the option. We got a little too friendly on the block. 1st and 15. We replay the first down. Reynolds now will set up with Wellen in the backfield. Skiebout out right side now, rolls out left. and finds again Jungling just at the 21-yard line. They're going to say he's complete at the 22. That's good enough for a first down.
Yep, nice job there by the defenders, getting everybody going one way and rolling out the opposite way.
And Jungling coming underneath all the way across the field, which we saw a lot last week against Morningside, especially in the fourth quarter. There was Dordt was completing those passes. Here's a give to Skiebout up the middle, and he is able to be drugged down at the 15, 16-yard line. Fryer again in on the stop, but a great run there by Skiebout to take it ahead for about 7 yards.
Tripped up there by number 43, Parker Fryer. Brings up 2nd and 4 for the defenders.
Coming up on 1 minute left to go here in this first half. Again, the score 28-7 in favor of the Red Raiders. Skiebout well in the backfield with Reynolds. They all look to the sideline here, and Dordt is going to wisely take a timeout here with under a minute left to play on 2nd and 4. We'll take a quick break as well. We'll be right back with some more Red Raider football. And it is 2nd down and 4 yards to go here for Dordt coming out of the timeout, the first timeout call of the day. 55 seconds left to go here in the first half. Northwestern leading 28-7. Reynolds sets up in the shotgun with twin receivers to the right side. Play action to Skiebout, and now we're going to give it out to the outside. Pass completed to number 27, Eli Bolden. And that is enough for the first down. Jaden Snyder comes from the safety spot to make the tackle, forcing him out of bounds, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Reynolds, Skiebout in the backfield, twin receivers left to right. He'll be chased down and drugged down at the line of scrimmage. That's Noah Van Hoff. No. That's 51 for Northwestern. Olson making the tackle for the Red Raiders, and defenders call a timeout immediately on the unsuccessful run play. 41 seconds left to go here in the first half, and nothing better than they would like to do is put 6 points on the board here to make this less than a 3-score game.
Well, yeah, we talked about the difference between a 3-score game and a 2-score game. If they'd happen to get a touchdown here to make it a 2-score game, they're also going to get the ball at halftime or to start the third quarter. So now you have the ball in a 2-score game, you don't feel so bad. So this is a really key drive, key 41 seconds for what this game's going to feel like at halftime.
Northwestern comes out of the timeout with a typical 4-man front. Jaden Snyder over the top in the safety spot. Here's the give to Skiebout, and he gets out of one tackle, but Northwestern Red is right there swarming to the ball to the 9-yard line. It'll be about a 2-yard gain, bringing up 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8.
They can get a first if they get down to the 1.
Extend the series, but this clock is running here with 15 seconds left. Here's the give to Reynolds. Looks to pass into the end zone. And Stubby is there on the defense.
Yeah, there's no play there.
No flag there. Underthrown intended for large, I think. But Ian Stubby there got his head turned around, and
the ball was well underthrown. If he turns earlier, he probably picks it off. I mean, it landed at his feet.
Right. 10 seconds left here to go, and again, Dordt will use their last timeout to stop the clock and maybe regroup here and think what they're going to do here on 4th and 8 to go. Red Raider Liam Stubby is an accounting major here at Northwestern. Accounting students consistently achieve top CPA pass rates at Northwestern. In 2017, they were the number 1 ranked accounting program in Iowa and number 2 in the nation. Raiders stand out.
That was pretty well timed with Stubby just making that pass defense right there.
Yeah, well, thank you. Just trying to support our Red Raider Athletics, which you can also do by joining the Red Raider Athletics Association. It's the team behind the team that supports our 530 student athletes. You can go to nwciowa.edu/join RAA to join today, or stop by the athletics office. Jackie would be happy to help you, get you the form, get you signed up, so you can continue to support Red Raider Athletics. 10 seconds left on the clock here as we break out the last timeout of the defenders in the first half. 28-7 the score.
They're going for it.
And Reynolds keeping it on the pitch, and Jessen ranking in chase and gives a little bit of, gets it, the pass off and completed in the end zone.
All right.
Defenders put 6 on the board. A flag comes out late.
Yeah, he spiked it. He stood up and spiked it after the touchdown. So that's fine. We'll just get better field position on the kick return. I mean, I guess, can they assess it on the extra point? Is that a thing in college?
I don't know.
I mean, I think if you can, maybe you make a longer extra point.
So here's the question here. If the clock runs here, 2 seconds come off the clock.
Nope, not on the extra point. It's untimed down.
So they're going to get a kickoff.
Yeah, they're going to
regardless.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 27. That penalty will be enforced on the try.
All right, there you go. Coach McCarty says make them kick it longer, 15 yards longer.
A little bit, pretty heavy crosswind, a little bit of southwest wind across the face here, but great play there by Reynolds to just.
Great job.
And I did not see who that receiver was.
27.
I want to say it was 27, so that's
maybe not.
Skibout, right?
No, it was Eli Bolden.
Bolden, right. Bolden making the reception there in the end zone. Jessen Rankin really giving chase to Reynolds the whole way.
It cost him a point.
And it cost him a point on the extra point because that one would have been good from short, but the 15-yard penalty gave that time for that wind to really push it wide left. And so the score here with 2 seconds left to go in the first half is 28-13.
We'll probably get a kick return here. The way that the ball has not been traveling this way,
right?
So be interesting to see who we've had Scouting back and
Cole Telford.
Yeah, Cole Telford. Both of those guys are pretty explosive. So
Telford has run one back for a touchdown this season. Had another one and ran back with a late holding penalty. That should have been a good score too. But Telford, probably one of the most explosive athletes. That's who I want to have them kick the ball to, if I could choose.
Yep. I don't think we get to, though.
So far, they've kicked it to Scouten.
Just real impressed with that play by Reynolds because Rankin's pretty tough to get away from, and he completely turned his back to the field and his receivers to get away, and then found Bolden running across the end zone and was able to hit him for the score.
And Bolden had to go to his knees, slide into the ball, so just had to put it out there and let Bolden make a play. Here's the catch to Telford. He stays in bounds with some lead blockers, and he's going to cut back, and he's going to be tackled.
Yep.
So no big return there by Cole Telford, but that's the end of the first half, and Northwestern with a 28-13 score here at the half. We'll go to the halftime facility and be right back with some more Red Raider football. Welcome back here to the campus of Northwestern College. Northwestern leading 28-13 in this GPAC contest. Northwestern against the Dordt University defenders. Scoring started for Northwestern on their first possession as Koima completed one to Connor McQuillan for 14 yards to put Northwestern up 6-0. Stater's kick was good, and then Koima completed one to Blake Anderson for 22 yards to put Northwestern up 14-0 after the extra point. Tyler Reynolds, however, answered with a 2-yard rush. And the extra point was good for Dordt to close the gap 14-7. And then Connor McQuillan scored about halfway through the second quarter to put Northwestern up 21-7. Koima then completed a long pass, 83 yards to Connor McQuillan. Put Northwestern up 28-0, but Dordt would not be done for the first half as Reynolds completed a 9-yard pass to Eli Bolden. Extra point was no good after a penalty was enforced, and the distance for the extra point was increased. And so the score here at half, 28-13. Dordt with 11 first downs, 21 rushes for 116 yards, 5 for 9 and 1 interception in the passing game for 57 yards, for a total of 30 plays for 173 yards, punting one time for 46 yards. They've been penalized 2 times for a total of 20 yards. 11 minutes and 39 seconds of possession there in the first half, 50% on third down conversion. 2 for 2 on fourth down conversion. Northwestern, on the other hand, had 15 first downs, 25 rushes for 109 yards, and 8 for 8 on pass attempts for 168 yards. Total offense so far in the first half for the Red Raiders, 33 plays for 277 yards on 18 minutes and 21 seconds of possession. 1 interception for the Red Raiders with a 19-yard return, 6 for 6 on third down conversions. Individual stats offensively for the defenders. Reynolds is 5 for 9 for 57 yards and 1 touchdown and 1 interception. He has rushed 7 times for 26 yards, while Josh Bush has carried the ball 4 times for 14. Trojan 1 carry for 5, Skibout 2 carries for 9, and Nick Wellen with 62 yards on 7 carries. Jungling has been the leading receiver for the defenders. He's got 3 catches for 43 yards, while Eli Bolden has had 2 catches for 14. Meanwhile, the Red Raiders' Tyson Koima is 8 for 8 for 168 yards and 3 touchdowns. Meyer with 3 carries for 11 yards. McQuillan 13 carries for 65, and Koima with 9 times by himself for 33 yards. Leading receiver for Koima is, well, I would have to say by touches is Blake Anderson with 3 catches for 40 yards. Connor McQuillan with 2 catches for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cade Mosier with just 1 catch for 8 yards, but Severt is not right. Michael Story with 1 catch for 19 yards. And I want to say that Flores might have had one other 1 catch in there as well. So that's your offensive stats here for the first half. The score 28-13. We're 8:35 before the second half kickoff. We'll take another break. Be back with some more Red Raider football. If you're curious, I've got a couple other GPAC scores here. Briar Cliff leads Dakota Wesleyan 7-0 at half. Morningside up 42-7. It's the last score that I have. Sorry, 42-7 over Jamestown. Midway through the second quarter, Doane leads Midland 10-3. Well, that's what I can find. So if you've got anything else and you know me, go ahead and text any other scores. Only other game is Hastings at Mount Marty this afternoon, a 1-6 versus an 0-8 team. They're in the GPAC, so if you happen to know that score, you can let us know. Welcome back to Northwestern College here. 1 minute before the second half kickoff. Northwestern leading 28-13 after the first half of play. Gave the official stats there just a little bit ago. And probably if we were to look at kind of the differentials between the two teams, where the difference has been so far for Northwestern has really been receiving yards and time of possession, really taking a lot of time out of the first quarter when Dordt had the wind at their back. Not that they've been all that successful in the past game. However, Reynolds has done a great job for the Dordt defenders, usually coming into the day with the 134 yards per game in passing, and so far with where did my stats go? And then so far, I don't know either, do you? With 57 yards so far on the day. So just less than half of what he would usually acquire or accumulate over the course of a game. Northwestern defense has held him pretty well inside that. The other probably big piece, as I said, was the time of possession, for which Northwestern had a big advantage in the first half with over 18 minutes of possession. But what do you think, Brian, here in the second half? What does Northwestern got to do to retain this this lead and keep Dordt off the board?
Yeah, just I think more of the same. You know, they have another half like they just played. We'll be in a good position.
A kick into the wind is fielded by Youngling, and he will take it ahead for about a little over 5 yards, I think. And they'll spot that right at the 20-yard line. Tough kick there for Stater into the wind. And like you said, the ending the half with a score, making it now essentially a two-score game, but getting the ball right away to start the second half, a little bit of that offensive momentum. We'll see what kind of adjustments Dordt makes here offensively and what kind of adjustments the Raider D does as well. They've been kind of hurt on the running game. Here's the give up the middle. Very patient out of the backfield is number 22, Anthony Trojan, with the carry. And he slips coming off of the block, and just a 1 yard gain, making it 2nd and 9 now at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, real hard run there, but only a yard. And that's what the Raider defense has to do, is force them into the long downs.
Reynolds takes the option to the left side, sees nothing, tries to cut back, but Raider D is right there on the cutback route, and Reynolds has no gain on the play. Jessen Ranking with a nice stop and just a 1 yard play for the defenders, brings up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, and this is the down and distance that the Raiders like to have on defense. You know, and like we were saying, Dordt, I don't think gets bothered by a 3rd down, so you know they're gonna call what they call.
Twin receivers at right side, play action keeper, and he gets it to number 27. Again, that is Colton Eli Bolden, who had the touchdown reception in the end zone at the end of the second quarter. And again, he becomes the target for Reynolds to complete the first down pass play at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Bolden's got some length to him, and I think he just kind of pushed the DBs down the field and then turned, and good timing there by Reynolds to get him the ball for the first down.
Bolden averaging, with 299 yards on the season, and averaging 42.7 of reception yards per game. And here's another reception from Reynolds, by Reynolds, for another first down. Parker Fryer there in on the stop, but it makes it 1st and 10 in Red Raider territory. Reynolds now, play action to the right side, looks deep. Jaden Snyder there to defend the pass, intended for number 87, Hayden Large. But Jaden Snyder right there to make the stop. Jaden Snyder, a physical therapy, pre-physical therapy, exercise science major at Northwestern College. Did you know that 100% of the Northwestern students who have applied to physical therapy schools in the past 5 years have all been accepted? And I'm guessing that Raider Jaden Snyder will be no exception to that.
Definitely will not be.
And here's the give to Anthony Trojan. He will take it ahead for about 7 yards up to the 42-yard line, making it 3rd and 3.
Another third down opportunity for Northwestern.
3rd and 3 at the 42. Hard count. Reynolds now with a quick pass to the outside, and it is completed at the 40-yard line. Caught by Carson Brown, but Gavin Lorenzen on the stop, short of the first down, brings up 4th and 1, and Dordt's not scared.
No, they'll go for it.
They'll go for it on 4th down here, and I don't blame them.
Yep. And this is where it gets tricky as a defense. So you feel like you want to get sucked up into the middle. And sometimes they'll spin that thing out of there, and the quarterback will keep it and run it to the outside. So sometimes these are plays that go for big yardage.
Bolden Jungling out to the top of your screen. Now Jungling in motion. Here's the option to the outside, and the pitch is good. Caught for the first down, and Stubby will trip him up at the 30-yard line. And that's good enough for a defender, first down.
Yeah, 11, going right on the 30. So 10-yard gain there. And just a standard option to the right.
The Northwestern seems to be scraping the secondary to make that quarterback pitch, keeping the corners on the wide receivers, not giving them any run support whatsoever. Reynolds drops back to pass, looks across the middle, and dodges out to the right side. And Stubby again there to make the tackle. A little bit of help from Gramstad, and that will be about an 11-yard pickup for a defender, first down. Reynolds looked deep and then checked down to the receiver out in the flat, who was more or less uncovered. Twin receivers to the left side for Reynolds here. Hard count, no movement. Brown jungling now to the left side, and twin receiver set up there. Here's the snap to Reynolds. Pause and option go to the left side.
Ball's on the ground!
Ball comes loose. And Jaden Gramstad will get the second turnover for the day for him. On the tackle, Noel Van Hoff making a great tackle on Reynolds as he tried to keep it there on the option. And Gramstad comes up with the tackle, and Northwestern, it gets the ball back at the 16-yard line.
And that's been the difference in this game is the turnovers. Northwestern got an extra possession in the first half and used it to score a touchdown and took one away from Dordt. And now the second turnover. So hopefully the offense can keep on clicking here and put another score up, get to that 3 scores we've been talking about.
Flores, Mosier split out to the left side. Johnson will join him and leave Story out to the right side. Koima with the snap, give to McQuillan. He's got some lead blockers and will break the seams, and he's wide open at the 40. Chased down at the 50, brought down inside the defender territory at the 44, 45-yard line.
Decent.
That's pretty decent there for McQuillan to make use of what seemed to be a pretty collapsing rush defense, and just got just enough pass that they could not bring him down at the line of scrimmage. So a big run there to go back into the defender territory. 1st and 10 at the 45. 10:18 left to go here in the third quarter. And Koima will send out a fairly tight formation. Looks to be like a stand-up double tight formation. Story split out right side, rolls out the right side on a play action. Koima steps back to pass, backside to Johnson, and he has to come back to get it at the 15-10 and drug down inside the 5-yard line. That's a long pass by Koima.
Yeah, really long and almost too far. Like he really had to wind up to get it down there and still couldn't throw it as far as he needed. But, yeah, we're inside the 5 now.
Really, the more impressive part of that was Johnson stating just the catch, because you could see from our perspective looking down the pipe and how far that ball drifted in the air from right to left. I mean, he made a great play on that and makes it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. Mosier in motion. Here's the give to Meyer. And he will try to get some positive yards. The pile will be stood up, and there will be no gain on the play. It was a good job there by the defender front to make the stop. So that'll bring it 2nd and goal now for the Red Raiders.
Just yeah. Just got to be smart with the ball here. A field goal alone pushes it to that 3 scores. So don't have to force anything, although we'd love a touchdown. Just be smart with the ball. Execute your play.
Make good use of this field position for sure. Double tight formation again. Here's the give to McQuillan with a lead blocker. He stays on his feet. He will dive ahead.
Oh,
no signal yet. They'll say he has his knee down before the goal line.
Oy.
And so just short of the touchdown. He did end up in the end zone, but
yep, must have bounced in there.
So 3rd and goal on the 1.
We are on the far end of the press box, so it's a tough angle for us to see. This is going to be tough because you're going to want to go for it if you don't make it here. So you should just make it here so you don't have to make that tough decision.
So Dominic Sievert, the fullback, comes in. He'll set up over the left guard tackle slot. And here's the give to McQuillan, and he's not going to have any problem here as he is pushed to the outside, but there's no seal by the defenders, and he will walk into the end zone for another Red Raider touchdown.
It seemed like a good drive, Dean.
Well, really starting all off with that big explosive play there by McQuillan. And that play that running play, that seal has been there all day. Somehow bouncing off of that defensive end and sealing the linebacker. So that's just making it for a really hard tackle. And McQuillan just has enough girth and enough speed that he's able to get out of the reach of that linebacker. Here's the extra point attempt, and it is good. Stater.
14 points off turnovers now.
And that, as you said before the game, kind of might be a big difference here today, just giving those opportunities, short field position. In this case, it was not short field position, but it took a lot of time off the clock, and it avoided the score. I think it was down at the 11-yard line where Jaden Snyder jumped on that loose ball. So we'll take about a 30-second break here and be right back with some more Red Raider football. Northwestern takes advantage of the turnover and goes the full length of the field to put another 7 points on the board to make the score 35-13 here. Low kick by Stater, drops at the 20, bounces off the head of the receiver, and he is able to just weave his way up to the 30-yard line before being brought down by Northwestern's number 37, Chase Scheidegger. And so Reynolds will set up in the shotgun once again with Skibout behind him. Double receivers to the right side. Jones in motion. Now here's the option to the left side. No room. And he will be tackled from behind by Brett Mosier. Noel Van Hoff wants the flag on a hold, but there's nothing there. No yellow comes out. Hayden Large with a great block to give Reynolds just enough room to get a 2-yard gain up to the 32-yard line. 2nd and 8 now, just under 7:40 to play here in the third quarter. And Reynolds will send a man in motion to the right side. This time he gives it up the middle, and Northwestern there just allows 3 yards. This time on the carry was, looks like Skibout on the carry. And Fryer in on the stop. Makes it 3rd and 5.
3 and out here would be really big.
Well, Reynolds sets up with twin receivers to the left and right. Again, Skibout in the backfield. Drops back to pass. He's going to be flushed out on a screen play, and it falls short of the intended receiver. Pretty well defended there by the Northwestern defensive line. They didn't buy on it except for Tanner Olson came on the linebacker blitz and maybe rushed that pass just enough to make that go incomplete. So 4th and 5 at their own 35-yard line, and it appears as if Dordt is going to elect to punt here.
Yeah, that was a great job by Olson, just getting in Reynolds' face, causing him to rush. Don't know if it changed his arm angle or what exactly, but he was right there, and you could tell that Reynolds was uncomfortable by his presence.
Yeah, I mean, a screenplay is something that takes just a little bit more time to develop, and it was developing there. But, yeah, that little rush, a fake punt, and they're going to get the first down and tackled at the 40-yard line. Well, I'd say that, but he just keeps on moving, pumping legs down to the 35, and Northwestern bit on the punt. And Dordt stays on the field as they get all the way down to the Red Raider 34-yard line on a fake punt play. I didn't see who the carrier was there. It was Jason Tapetti, the kicker, I think. 1st and 10. Again, twin receivers to the left side in Jungling. And he's going to roll out left side. Pass laid out and caught by number 7. Carson Brown makes the catch and dives out of bounds. Gets a toe down at the 22 for another defender first down.
Man, that was close to being out of bounds when he caught it. I don't know what landed first, but must have got a toe down.
6 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Dordt trying to take advantage of the wind at their back. And Reynolds now rolls out right side on the option, gets the pitch out behind Skibout, and he will be tackled for just a 2-yard gain. That might have been one of the best defenses of the option that we've seen so far today. Tanner Olson with a great tackle on the outside.
Yeah, we defended that really well.
Well, we really committed to the blitz from the backside and forced him to pitch that quite early.
Yep. That gave Tanner the opportunity to just run to the pitch guy. Very nice.
Twins left side. That's Jungling in the slot. He'll move in motion. And now coming on the pitch, he reads it to the inside. But Mosier there trips him up. He wants the tackle. But instead it is Peyton Newsma with the tackle on Reynolds for about a 3-yard gain to the 17-yard line. 3rd and 5.
Dordt's really crunching down into 4-down territory here, so they're probably just going to run it here again and hope to get half or more of this, and they're willing to go on 4th down, I would bet.
Offset to the right side, drops back to pass, looks to the end zone, and there's a flag in the end zone as Fryer chasing the receiver intended for Hayden Large.
Yeah, Parker just didn't turn his head and just ran into Large, who was trying to come back to the ball that was underthrown.
Defense, number 43. Foul occurred in the end zone. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. First up.
So with the foul occurring in the end zone, ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal at the 2.
Yep, so it goes from the 17 to the 2. Boy.
Yeah, Parker was right there. I mean, it wasn't as if he was lost on it, just never turned around. And the ball was, I'm not sure if it was actually catchable, as it was a fairly low ball, but it's a pass interference and is a pass interference, and unfortunately it's in the end zone. So Reynolds here with the offset eye to the right side, and it is going to be a touchdown for Dordt. No, they says he's down. Just shy of it. Just the same thing, I think, of what McQuillan experienced on the other side.
Yeah, I would have guessed that he was in there. I mean, if his knee is down at where they put the ball's across the end zone.
Right, Trojan here. Well, that's probably where they're saying the ball was.
When his knee was down,
His
right?
knee is down. So second and goal here inside the 1 yard line. And this time it'll be good for a defender touchdown. So Trojan with the carry there, putting 6 more points on the board. The ball did not get spiked. No flag on the field this time. And so they'll have the short field for the extra point.
They might go for 2. They're to the point where get it to 21.
And they will. Reynolds will stay out here. They'll send out Brown to the left side, jungling in the slot. Reynolds rolls out right side, chase down, and he'll throw it in the end zone. And it is going to be caught for 2. 2-point conversion. So the score now after the 2-point is a 2-score game, 35-21, with 4:15 left to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back with some more Red Raider football. Welcome back here. Dordt set to kick off with 4:15 left to go in the third quarter after a 70-yard drive for the touchdown. Key play there was a fake punt to keep the drive alive and extend it. Scout now will receive the catch at the kick at the 8-yard line. He's got a gap up the middle. He's still on his feet at the 30, still open space at the 40, and he will be driven out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Great run there by number 0, Tanner Scouten.
Is 0 a number? You're the science guy.
Sure. Yes, he is.
It's a digit.
It is. He is number 0. 1st and 10 at the 45 for the Red Raiders. And looks as if they're going to send trips out right away to the right side. Empty backfield with Koima. Twins to the left side. Dordt brings a lot of pressure. Koima rolls out left side away from it. He's going to go deep. He's got Koima, Mosier, and there is going to be a defensive holding as Mosier had half a step, if that. But great job there by Koima to feel the pressure, roll out, and get the ball out of his hands. So a 10-yard penalty on the hold from the spot, so it'll be just a 10 yards up the field to the defender 45-yard line.
As a defensive coordinator, it takes a lot of guts to be willing to blitz against Koima.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that puts a ton of pressure on your backfield, your defensive backfield, to stay with these fast and talented receivers. And Koima doesn't really go down in the backfield that often.
He's made some pretty good decisions here on the run. Koima now with the keeper, gets out of the tackle, and he will dance to the side for about a 2-yard gain. Tackled there by the Dordt's defensive cornerback, Nathan Kabongo, with the stop on Koima. Brings up 2nd and 8.
That came through.
What's that?
Your neck
My
crack.
neck crack? 2nd and 8. Twins to the right side. Koima with an offset backfield. He's going to give it right away to Meyer. Meyer looking for a lead block on the pulling guard, and he'll be rolled down inside the 40-yard line. On the pull for Northwestern was number 74, Greg Will. Lead blocking there for Logan Meyer, and a 5-yard gain or so makes it 3rd and 3.
It's a big play here. Captain Obvious. Haven't seen the Red Raider punt staff yet.
No, trips to the left side here for Koima. Like to keep it that way. Now he looks left and takes it himself, and he'll get the first down as he's tackled hard at the 34-yard line. On the stop for the defenders was number 76, Bryce Simnacker. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at the 34-yard line.
Let's keep her going. Kind of looked like they were going to do a bubble screen, and Koima just took it up the field.
Twin receivers left. Wing and Michael Story out to the right side. Koima looking deep to Mosier over the top, and he's got him in the end zone.
Of course he does.
And just past the pylon. And Mosier spins the ball on the ground, and a flag is thrown.
Why do they do that?
So I'm guessing that this will be an extra long, extra point attempt as well. But Northwestern puts another 6 on the board. 41-21 now the score. 2:03 left to go in the third quarter.
You make them do it on the kick or on the extra point try?
I think you got to do it here on the extra point.
Right.
Just like
Right.
But Penner thinks differently.
Yep.
Well, they'll take it on the kickoff.
Position.
Yeah, field position is key here, and yeah.
He has a lot of faith in our kicker.
Well, that's true. Stater hasn't missed anything yet, and I think he's missed 1 or 2 extra points all season so far on when they were good snaps and such. But here's a no good.
Jinx.
The extra point is no good. So now a three score game, but that third score could potentially take the lead.
Yep.
Here, and we've got 17:03 left to play this afternoon. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with some more Red Raider football. The score at Mount Marty, at Hastings, 14-7. Hastings leading Mount Marty. So the penalty is assessed here on the kickoff. That really worked out really well for Dordt, and that Stater pulled that one left on a low kick. After the point after attempt. And they get this little better field position on this kickoff here. Into the wind. And here comes the kickoff. Low kick, left side. It'll hit right in the hands of Jungling. As he looks for a seam, still on his feet, and he will be brought down at the 48-yard line. 43-yard line. And on the stop for Northwestern, Ty Schaefer making the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the defenders. Trying to come back after Northwestern completes a 34-yard pass play to put them up 41-21. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Twins to the left side for Reynolds. Rolls out now left. And tipped by Snyder. And intended for Youngling.
I think he was going to catch it if Snyder doesn't get his paw on it.
And great coverage there by Northwestern secondary, nonetheless, on the receiver there. Cade Clayberg, I think, was there on defense on the receiver, but Jaden Snyder just gets a paw on that and knocks it out of the way. Twin receivers to the left side. Here's Youngling again in motion. Here's the gift up the middle, and he's got room to run and takes all 12 of it down to the 45-yard line. Noel Van Hoff and Tanner Olson in on that stop. They're going to spot it at the 46-yard line.
But give him the first.
But give him the first, of course, yep. Yeah. Enough for the first down. Didn't know if he had one or two more. And again, the give out of the backfield, this time to Trojan. And he'll dive ahead for 2 yards. I'll cheat on that. Tanner Olson there on the stop, evidently. 2nd and 8. Lonnie's got a lot more spotters over there.
Yeah.
Reynolds now on the keeper. He's going to roll out right side, look for a pass, complete it to Youngling. Does he keep a toe in bounds? They say he does. Great catch there by Youngling at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, I think to me it looked like he definitely was going to be in bounds. It's just if his feet were going to come down or not. So the officials who are right there said he definitely drug his toe.
So Youngling comes into today with 772 yards receiving on the season so far, and today, he's added to that with another 61 so far. Here goes Reynolds. Now gets the snap, fakes the pass, and it is a give.
Falls on the ground.
Comes loose. Ball comes loose once again. Stripped by Tanner Olson.
Gramstead, does he have it? I think the Red Raiders have it. Nope. Oh, my gosh, how'd they fall on that?
So it looks as if Trojan able to get back onto the ball there, and an 8-yard pickup with the fumble brings up 2nd and 2.
Shoot.
And we got 10 seconds left on the clock here, and Dordt's going to try to get one more playoff here before we start the fourth quarter. Rolls out right side and pass completed. No, pass thrown behind the intended receiver, nearly picked off by Northwestern's Gavin Lorenzen. But pass is incomplete, brings up 3rd and 2, and that's the end of the third quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll jump around a little bit here after that Pizza Ranch chicken, potatoes, and pizza I had at halftime would not be well advised. So we'll take a quick break, be right back with some more Red Raider football. As we get underway here to start the fourth quarter, Northwestern leading 41-21. Dordt with the ball and are able to retain the ball after a fumble, brings it 3rd and 2 at the 17-yard line. Reynolds pump fakes right into the end zone, and it is going to be intercepted. No, it's going to be a touchdown to Jungling. Shared catch in the end zone, and Jungling gets the touchdown. So the defenders put another 6 on the board, 41-27.
Yeah, just keeping it at that 2 to 3 scores, just putting pressure on the Raider offense to keep scoring. The defense just can't find a way to get off the field right now. They had a couple opportunities. The ball was on the turf, and they had a punt last drive that they Dordt faked and picked up the first down on. It's going to get hairy.
Well, here comes the extra point attempt. And that one is right between the uprights, so that will make the score now 41-27. Excuse me, to 28. And we'll take a quick break and be right back. Welcome back here to DeValois Stadium overlooking Corver Field. And Northwestern retains a 41-28 lead here as we just get started in the fourth quarter. Dordt finishing off that drive to put one into the end zone to Levi Jungling. And here's the low kick, and it is caught.
Onside kick.
Onside
Going
kick.
for it. Penner's not afraid.
Covered there. Northwestern received that by number 37. Help me out here. That's Chase Schrodinger again. Freshman from Rockwell City, Iowa, South Central Calhoun.
Yeah, Schrodinger was ready for it, and I think hopefully the coaching staff let them know not to be surprised. I think the fake punt maybe caught us off guard, and great job by Schrodinger to be ready for that.
A product there of Coach Case's football team there at South Central Calhoun. Here's the give to McQuillan. Pause and a change in direction gives him about a 6 or 7 yard gain down to the 38-yard line.
What's he up to now?
Let me take a look.
It's got to be like 140.
Well, with that first quarter in and of itself, he had, I think, like 75, 80 yards there. So it looks to me as like he's got a net of 100 all gained, and he hasn't had any runs for a loss. 109 yards. He's averaging 6.8 per run.
Nice.
Two touchdowns on the day. His longest for 39. That helps. 2nd and 4 here for the Red Raiders. Koyman in the shotgun. And play action keeper. And he's going to look for the sideline and get out of bounds just past the sticks for a first down at the 34-yard line.
Maybe. Hasn't signaled.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
no, the line judge did it over here. And just a good decision there by Koyma to not turn it up and get what he needed for the first down. Sievert will come in for Zutenhorst. And Koyma has Meyer in the backfield, I think. Nope, that's McQuillan as he looks for something, and there is nothing as he tries to cut back, but Dordt's number 75. We've said that number a couple of times today. Dawson Lee, I think, on that stop. Either that or Cal Yort. Got 2 75s on the roster here. So nothing doing there for the Red Raiders, but brings up 2nd and 10 at the defender 34. And like you said, just keeping things moving here, and have yet to use the punt team for the Red Raiders. Koima in the pocket, flushes out to the right side. Now here to Anderson. And he will dive ahead past the first down marker down to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, baby. That was good. I thought they were coming this way.
Well, McQuillan really sold that well on the bubble screen to the left side. And Koima gave him the look, maybe just drew the defense in to pause just enough to really open things up for Anderson on the other side. So 1st and 10, right at the 20-yard line. Koima sets up a relatively tight formation to the right, twin receivers to the left, Koima on the keeper, and he is going to be tackled after just a 2-yard gain. Tanner Milliken with the stop, and they'll give him 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a really nice job by Milliken. Good, clean, solid football tackle right there.
Good wrap up and set him down for a 1-yard gain. 2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line as we go just under 12 minutes to go here in this contest. The score 41-28 in favor of your Red Raiders. Story split out to the left side with a wing outside the left tackle. Mosier Anderson on the right side. Here's the give to McQuillan, and he will pull Milliken with him for about a 5-yard gain, this time to the 15. So take that back, just a 4-yard gain. Yeah, Julius Buchanan actually there with the tackle for the defenders, number 33. Milliken being number 30. Mosier Story now will leave the huddle and go out wide to the right side.
Oh, they're getting fired up.
On 3rd and 5. Koima now with the pass across the middle. Story comes down with it and an easy touchdown for the Red Raiders.
Seems
right
good.
On the fingertips, perfectly thrown. Michael Story comes down with another Red Raider touchdown.
This guy misses almost a full year or 6 months or whatever it ended up being for him. 9 games, a national championship game, and then the previous basically 8 games. And he comes out and he's just putting it right in the breadbasket where only Story can make that catch. This is unbelievable. Tyson Koima, we are so blessed to have him on our team.
47-28 the score here, waiting for the extra point, but they're going to go for 2. They got Story and Mosier both split out wide, double tight, I guess a tight with a wing to the right side. McQuillan stays back to pass, or to block, and Mosier will come back to it, and that'll be worth 2 as it is good. And it's out now to score 49-28. The score. We'll take a quick break and be right back with some more Red Raider football. Welcome back here to Develoy Stadium in Corver Field. Northwestern caps off that drive with a touchdown to Michael Story to put Northwestern up 49-28. Michael Story is a business administration and finance major here at Northwestern College. Did you know that Northwestern seniors competing in the International Business Strategy game consistently finish in the top 5% among 6,500 teams competing around the world? Raiders stand out. 10:49 left to go here in this contest. Northwestern leading 49-28. We await Eli Stater's kickoff. He's gone to Levi Jungling each time so far. This no exception, high. And Jungling will field this just inside the 5-yard line. Comes off the chest. I'm always scared by those kinds of returns. That extra time usually gives a seam. And here Jungling, no exception, runs it up to the 27-yard line despite the ball bouncing off his chest. And the defenders will take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. It's almost as if you got to coach that a little bit.
Seriously. Just stay in your lane. Don't get a little excited because the ball went off his chest and hit the ground.
It always seems to open up something for a larger return than what it should be. 1st and 10. Reynolds again in the shotgun. He'll keep it himself and roll out right side to pass. Looking to the side, and Fryer, oh man, tips it to himself twice. Tanner Olson's right there for the pickoff, but it goes out of bounds. Pass intended for number 87, Hayden Large, and Fryer almost mossed him.
Yeah, you could have convinced me that it was intended for Fryer.
But pass is incomplete.
Yeah, a little hot potato action.
2nd and 10. Reynolds with Skiebout in the backfield. Looks left to pass, and he's going to be completed at the 31. Gramstad wraps him up, and he'll be whistled dead. Pass completed to Jungling once again. Jungling on the day has 78 yards and 1 touchdown. His longest catch for just 18. He's averaging 15.6 yards per catch. Twin receivers right, that's Jungling in motion. He goes across route and now circles back. Reynolds goes for it and cannot find the receiver in bounds. Broken up there by Liam Stubby. Snyder and Olson right behind him.
Matt, the former SID.
Matt, the SID, makes an appearance up here in the booth. And it's 4th down, and Dordt needs to convert here. And they're going to have a whistle.
Yeah, McCarty
dead. McCarty takes a timeout. And why not? Up 49-28. 9:56 left to go here. We'll take a timeout as well. Be right back with some more Red Raider football. Out of the timeout here, 4th down, 6 yards to go to extend this possession for the defenders. Reynolds gives it to Skiebout. Ball comes loose, and Northwestern will come back.
Doesn't matter.
Get the ball on the fumble recovery or the turnover on downs. Either way, it's Red Raider ball at the 32 or 33-yard line.
Yeah, I'd like to see another touchdown here, but that's just me, Dean. Double them up. How do you feel about that?
That wouldn't be sad. Koima so far on the day here is, that can't be right. Is he really 12 for 12?
I think he is. I don't remember an incomplete.
12 for 12 for 271 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's been sacked 1 time. Here's the give to McQuillan. And he patiently takes it up for 5 yards. He's taken down by Dordt's linebacker, defensive end. No, that's Tanner Milliken, the linebacker. And a 2nd and 5 situation now for the Raiders, and they're going to bleed the clock here, I think, a little bit.
For sure. The position they're in right now.
Send out Mosier to the left side. Story will join him in the slot. Wing back and McQuillan in the backfield. McQuillan waits and has got no place to run. He cuts it back, and he's still on his feet. Out to the sideline. He'll get the first down as he is rolled out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
That was pretty nice.
McQuillan dancing around behind the line of scrimmage and somehow doesn't get tackled. Dead for rights behind the line of scrimmage, but makes his way out of it and gets the first down. Goes out of bounds at the 21-yard line. And so he'll come to the sideline. And they're going to have a heavy receiver set here, it looks like. Either that or Meyer's in. Meyer is in the backfield. Tight formation to the left side. Trips, I guess you could say. And here's the give to Meyer as he waits for something to open up, and it does. He'll get about 4 yards up to the 18-yard line. Just a patient run, read play in between the guard tackle out to the 18-yard line. Andrews in on the stop for the defenders. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Tick-tock.
Right, just trying to take off as much time off the game clock with each down. Trips to the left side again for Koima. Gives it to Meyer. Stays on his feet, dives ahead, and he will be brought down just shy of the first down marker at the 12. And really used his offensive line blockers well. Jack Johnson there getting off of his and making a way for Logan Meyer to bring it down to the 12.
Yeah, he probably could have passed him, but he kind of just put his hand on his hips and on his hip as he trailed him and just said, "You block a guy, and I'm just going to run behind you."
So 3rd and 1. Same formation once again. Trips to the left side. Mosier, Story, Flores. And Koima will fake the run, go it himself, and gives it to Meyer in the end zone. And that'll be another Red Raider touchdown.
Is that 6 then for Koima?
Yeah.
So that's, I think Davis Blumendahl has the NAI record for, I was just looking at this, for touchdown passes, or GPAC record maybe with 7. It's going to be tough to get there.
Well, the last time we threw 4 touchdown passes was just a couple weeks ago against Jamestown. Last time we threw 5 or more touchdowns was at Dordt last year. Tyson Koima threw 5 in the 2020 matchup.
Yeah, GPAC record for touchdown passes is 7, set by 3 different guys. Two from Morningside and Davis.
Davis Blumendahl.
Yep.
So
he's only at 6. But he's at 6.
Right, so extra point there was good, and that makes the score now 56-28. And that's really, that's a 4-score game.
Seems good.
I think we're all right. A little bit of cushion.
7 minutes to go.
7 minutes to go, and Dordt has shown a lot of power in the fourth quarter, as we saw last week. Led most of the game against Morningside and able to make that a little bit of a track meet back and forth, and able to put some big yards up and put points up when they needed to. So I don't expect to see a lot of substitution here in any way of just kind of letting Dordt open up on things. But with 6:50 left to go here and a 4-score game.
Yeah, they might put some of their 2s out there for sure, guys that they feel like need an opportunity that are pretty close, and with us playing Morningside next week, just get some guys out of there healthy and be happy about that. But kudos to the Dordt team for what they've been able to do. Taking Morningside to the wire, getting in the playoffs last year was a huge step for their football program. I think now though they're 0-14 against the Red Raiders, assuming that nothing crazy happens.
Yeah, I hope that ages well. Here's the kickoff here. Be fair caught. Again by Carter Skibout, which I think he could have let that one go for the penalty, and they would have gotten the ball at the 35-yard line. But instead, that fair catch puts the ball on the 25, and Dordt offense back on the field. A little bit different there. We got Gramstad in on the defensive lineman. Haven't seen him on the field all that much. Reynolds backs up to pass, gets the ball off, and finds Skibout. Excuse me, not Skibout, but number 7 for Dordt. That is Carson Brown. And completed up to the 41-yard line. And 1st and 10 now here. Reynolds drops back to pass again, looks to the flat, now pump fakes. There's a flag on the play, and he will be tackled after the catch at the 45.
Yeah, Rankin got held there right after he got late hit right in front of the white hat, and on the play before that didn't get called. So, yeah, on that play, the white hat had his eyes on Rankin, and he got held, and so it was a pretty easy call.
Not quite a make-up call, you would say, but definitely had his eyes looking for something there.
Yep.
And his jersey was well off his shoulder pads there. Maybe has just a little bit more evidence. Here's 1st and 10 now, 1st and 20, excuse me. Here's the pass out to the flat to Jungling, and he will get about 9 yards after the catch to make it 2nd and 11 now. Great play again by Jungling.
Yeah, he's had a great day.
Gramstad with the stop and makes it 2nd and 11. And Dordt not wasting any time here. Olsen will rush Reynolds out of the pocket, and he will be tackled. Ball comes loose. Northwestern's got it still on his feet.
Nice.
And so Northwestern will get the ball back at the defender 41-yard line, trying to see who recovered that. Olsen came in hot, forcing Reynolds forward in the pocket, and looks as if Fryer came up with the fumble. Gramstad having a day. An interception, fumble recovery, and
forced fumble.
Now forced fumble.
And here comes Fryer, it looks like.
So Koima will take a seat, rest up. And Fryer, who has run the offense successfully all season long, done an absolutely excellent job. Blake Fryer will come in at quarterback here now, then the quarterback 2. Here's the give to Garrett Packer out of the backfield, and he will be rolled down for a 3-yard loss at the 44.
You have Fryer's stats in front of you for the season?
Yeah, I mean, Fryer coming into today was 146 for 226 and just 5 interceptions on 8 games for 2,068 yards and 23 touchdowns, averaging almost 260 yards per game of passing. I'd say it's not too shabby.
Well, I think there could be an argument that he's an all-conference quarterback in the GPAC.
With those kind of numbers, for sure.
Yeah.
Twin receivers to the left side here. He's going to give it to Meyer. He cuts back and upfield, and he is going to cut loose inside the 30 down to the 25 for a 19-yard run to a first down at the 24. Or are they going to mark it the 23 or 27?
27, yep. So that, I mean, for him to do that, coming in, his first start was in the national championship game. Didn't maybe go as well as what anyone on the Northwestern side would have hoped, but man, he bounced back and showed his value to our team this season.
Twin receivers to the left side. Offset formation in the backfield. Fryer, play action keeper. He's going to pass. He dumps it off ahead to Meyer, and he will be tackled shortly after the catch for just a 4-yard gain to this time the 23-yard line.
Ball spotted on the 23-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Raiders.
Good pocket presence there by Fryer, and good job of just dumping that off, getting some positive yards.
Yep, for sure.
A little gain there brings up 2nd and 6 at the 23. I'm going to send out Mosier and Zutenhorst to the right side. Story still split out to the left. Now Zutenhorst and Anderson will flop sides. We got isolation man-to-man on the top of your screen in Mosier.
Yeah, we got a false start.
But a false start. Cole Telford in the backfield, number 20 there, the kick returner in there at the running back spot. I like that matchup over there. Wide side of the field. But again, we're trying to take some time off the clock here, and it is moving at 3:40 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line. Sievert in at fullback, Story left, Mosier to the right side. Here's the give to Colt Telford, and he has no place to go. Great tackle there by the linebacker once again. Tanner Milliken making a tough stop for just a 1-yard loss. Makes it 3rd and 9. And Eli Stater taking a couple practice swings on the sideline, thinking if they don't convert here, that Northwestern would likely go for 3. Here's a snap to Fryer. Packer gets the handoff, and he's going to be picked up at the hash mark, and a 1-yard gain on the play. There is a flag coming deep from the backside.
So it's got to be a face mask? What could that flag be? Almost has to be something like that, right? Illegal chop block potentially, or, on a run play, that's an interesting position for a flag to come from.
Personal foul. Illegal block below the waist.
Yep.
Offense, number 4. 15-yard penalty for the spot of foul. Replay 3rd down.
Well, that pushed us out of field goal range probably.
All right, Michael Story there called with the illegal block. And that's from the spot of the foul. So that'll take it back to.
Previous penalty is declined. 4th down.
Okay.
It was declined. So, right, with just a 1-yard gain. Interesting.
Yeah. Penner choosing to, and the Raiders are going to go for it, it looks like.
4th and 7 for Northwestern.
Now I'm sure he wishes he would have taken it. I think he was hoping they'd try a long field goal.
Air Fryer in the shotgun. Twins to the left side. And he goes across to Mosier at the 12. He picks it up, and he is going to walk into the end zone. And that'll be another Red Raider touchdown. That makes the score 62-28.
I think that kind of seals that we're not going to see Jaden Snyder punt the ball today, too.
Wow. I can't remember the last game where we
scored a
not punt.
touchdown on every possession, I think. Did we have a turnover?
No.
I think we scored a touchdown every time we got the ball.
And here the extra point is good, putting it up to 63-28 as we approach 2 minutes left to go here in this contest, which for the entirety of the game, I'd say the majority of the game, felt like it was always in reach.
Yep.
losable or winnable by either which way you want to look at it. Within 2 scores, then 3, then 2, and then for a little bit there,
yeah, they had
it was within two scores would have put Dordt ahead.
Yep. It was 13 points for a little bit, and then there was a fumble and a turnover on downs or a fumble, whatever that turned out to be, and
yeah, I'm looking here at fumbles. 4 fumbles for Dordt, lost 3 of those 4, and
1 interception.
1 interception for a 19-yard return, which was early on and had a pretty big impact on just how this game got going, with Northwestern scoring on their first possession and getting the ball right back on the second play of Dordt's offensive possession. So Eli Stater sets to kick off here. And he kicks it low down to the 12. Jungling will take that straight ahead up the hash, now takes it to the numbers, and still on his feet at the 35. There is a flag on the play. And a little laundry on the field back at the 40. I give Dordt credit there on the return. They definitely completed their blocks. And a little hello there from offensive coordinator Josh Davis, sticking his head in the door and saying hello. But look, that there was a holding on the return. That brings the ball back to the 25-yard line. .155 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Northwestern leading 63-28. Here's the give up the middle, and Northwestern's there to just allow 3 yards. I want to say that's Brody Jones on the carry. Sure enough, Brody Jones on the carry. He gets 3 yards up to the 28-yard line.
Ball carried by number 3, Brody Jones. 3-yard gain out to the 28-yard line.
Now in at quarterback is McDaniel. He rolls out right side on the option keeper, and he will roll ahead for the first down. They'll spot that at the 38. 10-yard pickup there for the defenders as McDaniel keeps it on the option run to the right side. 1:01 left on the clock. Twin receivers left side for McDaniels. Drops back to pass, chased down by Goebbels, and that one will go off the intended receiver and bounce out of bounds. Intended for number 88, Raphael Carr. And short, thrown just a little short for him. And brings up 2nd and 10 now at the 38. Stops the clock at 45. You mentioned Dordt making the national playoffs last year, a 2-loss team out of a fairly competitive GPAC conference, and they're given the nod out of the selection committee to make this spot on the national playoffs here. This will be their 3rd loss on the season.
It's going to be tough.
I think I'm not sure exactly where they're at in the national rankings right now. Did they fall out of the rankings after their loss last week? Because I think that they were at like 16 prior to the Morningside game. But if they dropped out of the rankings last week, then this 3rd loss will definitely keep them out of the playoffs. That would be my guess. Here's the option to the left side. McDaniel's still on his feet. He'll take it ahead for a first down to the Northwestern 45-yard line, and that will be the end of the ball game, folks. The final score, 63-28. And Northwestern now with a 14-0 record against the Defenders and will improve their record for this season to 9-0. And next week they'll find themselves right back here against number 3 ranked Morningside Mustangs, who last week just dodged the bullet from the Dordt Defenders and able to intercept a would-be touchdown pass in the end zone to retain the lead and gain the win last week down in Sioux City. So big game again next week, and more or less for the conference title of 2 unbeaten teams coming here back to Corver Field at DeValois Stadium. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the official stats for this afternoon. You've been listening to Red Raider Football on the web.